he was kind of quiet at first. He was like, "Hey man, hey, you the man right now. We got to talk up a little bit." But after the first touchdown, he was really excited. He was ready to go. We came in at halftime. He was talking to the guys. He was patting the receivers on the shoulder and stuff like that. So he was good to go, and he was locked in. There's a bunch of brothers and coaches that lead us on a great path and try to teach us how to be better men as well as football players. And it's genuine love. We actually care about the guy next to us, and we want to perform so our brothers, know how much we care about him. We take time to celebrate, but we also know when work days are around, we put it aside. We focus on the task at hand. We focus on what we have to do for that day, and it's a 1 week season. So UConn is up next, and UConn is going to be all our attention is about. It felt so good to be able to see that crowd and rocking with us and staying with us and having faith in us the whole game, even when we kind of sputtered at the beginning. Our offense did. And just staying with us and being into it, and it was awesome. You could see it in Memphis's eyes, when the crowd is loud, they're like, "What's going on? What's the call?" So it was amazing. It was one of my best college experiences. Actually, the first game of the season, Coach came over to us, each one of the starting linemen, and say, "Hey, play hard," and give us a kiss on the forehead. We laughed it off. He was like, "Oh, Coach is being silly," and every week it's remaining constant. He comes to us, hugs us, gives us a kiss on the forehead, said, "Hey, I love you, play hard as you can." And, we understand that, Coach really loves us. Coach really cares about us. And that love is, we feel it too. We feel it, so we give it off back to him. And it's a really cool thing. I've never been a part of anything like that. It's really cool.
Just to be able to come back in that type of environment and that situation and overcome all the adversity that we faced throughout the whole game, it was tremendously fun. I could just remember Coach Herman being all smiles throughout the whole game, even though we were down in situations, and we put ourselves in the hole. But I could just remember him being very, very calm and very confident in us, and just telling us to believe. And the outcome showed when we rallied together in the fourth quarter and just came out and played hard. It was all goes vertical, four guys going vertical, and normally, my job is to read the safeties and run my route off of them. And the lane that I ended up in was the outside receivers lane, but I beat my guy and I lost track of where I was on the field, and I seen the ball in there, and I didn't really care who it was going to. I was just like, I'm gonna make a play, and that was just my whole mindset throughout the whole play. But it was a huge turnaround for us, and it kind of got us going in the fourth quarter. And I believe Farrell or Javin scored on that same drive, so it was a good feeling to get a big play and get the crowd back involved and get some momentum going. It was unbelievable, honestly. Kyle is a guy that never nothing never really phases him. Even in practice when Coach Applewhite is yelling at him, and you would think his facial expression would change, and it's just like Kyle is just like, "Coach, why are you yelling at me? Like, I'm doing it right, But that's just Kyle, that's who he is as a person. He's a tremendously athlete, just like Greg, and for him to just come in under those circumstances, with us being down 20-some points and the atmosphere we was in, and just come in and just be so calm and relaxed like he was the starter was very, very huge. And I think we fed off of him to see how confident he was in coming in and doing the job.
Well, you don't prepare for your starting quarterback to go down, but you do prepare for the next guy to step up. And, in practice, we go through them situations being down and stuff. And in spring, some spring practices it was the defense, some it was the offense, and that's how you get ready to just come in big games like this, because you never know how the course of the game is going to go. So, it was a very coaching game for us. Our coacher kicked in at the last, strength and conditioning, played a big part in it. And, we just came out victorious with it. All our focus is turned towards UConn now. Memphis was a great win, but that was over with yesterday. We're all focused in on UConn. They have a great scheme, great culture at that program too. So, we got to be prepared, because, coming off big wins, a lot of team lacks up, and then it turns into a trap game, and you find yourself losing, So we even going to turn it up more for UConn, and we're going to prepare for it like we do everyone else, and come out 1-0.